coronavirus. That's it. That's the intro. That's the entire thing, because that's basically this show is now canceled due to coronavirus, and we will see you guys after our self-contained quarantine in 3 weeks. Little did Matt know he can't leave, so we're just going to make content every week, every day, all week.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Video games.
Man of Medan Part 2 coming soon. Jokes. Anyway,
Jokes.
what are we doing?
This is the Gamers 2 podcast,
For as long as it shall be. The experience.
brought to you by COVID-19, featuring your host, Nate,
Hello,
and me,
Matt.
semi-co-hosting and slightly contributing.
Mostly contributing.
Little bit.
I theoretically
A
do
wee
the
bit.
I theoretically do the least amount of work on this show.
Theoretically. I mean, it's debatable. You've been slowly outsourcing.
Yes, I have done what I do best and found ways for other people to do jobs that I should probably take care of.
I mean,
But it's worked out great. You write a great doc. Our social media manager is great at Twitter.
it's true.
I'm terrible at Twitter because I post nothing on it. I at least log in.
I don't know. I think I might have you beat on that.
You have me beat on that. But you also write up a nice doc. And when I do it, I don't put as much effort into actually writing slightly jumped up paragraphs than you do.
Yeah. I mean, slightly more effort. It's in, like, keyword is
Yeah.
slightly.
But there's still a gap.
All right, so here we are.
Yeah.
Again.
Here we go back
Still
at it.
alive and kicking.
Neither of us are sick.
It's true. We have that going for us.
Important notes for you all.
So far. We'll check back in a week.
Yeah, we'll see you in a week. We'll see what happens.
And we'll see.
This is technically my 2 week time from PAX,
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
so
You're
I'm feeling good.
If I get it, it'll
Never
be
know.
from some other asshole.
Yeah,
So
and then if I get it, it's from Matt. So
probably. Probably.
yeah, it's been a. Pardon me if you heard me take that sip. It's a blueberry pale ale. I don't know how I feel about it. Gonna finish it though. So what in creation have you been doing for the last week?
I mean, I'm playing KOTOR still.
That's impressive, honestly.
I'm almost done with it.
I think this new 9 to 5 might change you as a man.
Yeah, it might. I mean,
it already did, but
I do have what the hell is it? Dead Army or Dead
Yes.
War? Was it Dead War?
Zombie Army 4 Dead War.
Okay. I keep wanting to call it Dead Army for some reason.
I mean, they're in the title.
That's on the list. I want to get to that. I think I want to try to bang out Doom so that I can enjoy Doom Eternal when it releases and get on that bandwagon.
The Rippin' and the Terran
Yep.
through hell next Friday. Be ready. I
Yep.
already have the day off. Who knows? Maybe I'll have the week off. You never know with these diseases.
You might have 2 weeks off.
I might have a month off, apparently.
You never know. Omegang's closed for a month.
Sure, why not? Let's go raid Omegang.
All the schools in Nevada County are closed for a month
Yeah, I think
in the
Herkimer might have
surrounding
done it,
area,
yeah.
really. So that's life. Got some new PC parts coming. I'm really thrilled about that.
It's my favorite part about us being. I hate I'm about to say us being gamers, but that and going. What, you want me to stay in my house all the time?
So
Google.com, Newegg.com, Amazon.com. I'm gonna buy things and get them here.
the coronavirus is responsible for me doing it, though,
Oh, I'm 100% believe that.
because I knew that if I waited too long, prices were going to start creeping up again because, you
Yep.
know, our manufacturing country is shut down right now.
And everybody is also getting hunkered in. And Half-Life Alyx is coming out, so you know it's
Yep. It's just a cycle.
going to start
so
churning.
I was like, all right, better pull the trigger. She's been working from home a little bit. I've been stealing her laptop to use. So like now we're getting into the issue where like it'd be helpful to have two desktops sitting around. So I'm like, oh, you don't have to twist my arm. Other than that, just watching the normal animes. They're fantastic. And I started watching season 2 of Altered Carbon. I do not like it as much as season 1 right now.
Alrighty.
Watching Picard still. It's amazing. We're watching The Hunters. We watched the second episode of that. It was good. And that's all I got. I don't think there's anything else I'm doing. Other than, living.
More than some
Sparingly.
people can say.
True.
Boom? I don't know. Yeah, so fun times. I could spend 20 minutes and rant about people in society and the current state of why people think toilet paper is going to run out. I don't know that whole thing. I don't want to spend time on it because we could make the entire podcast about that and me not stop.
I just don't understand like how stupid.
My thing is, all right, so I'll try to make it quick. And maybe it's obviously it's different for everybody, right? But when you get the flu, at least when I get the flu, maybe you too. When I get the flu, which is what this is akin to, like it is a cousin of flu,
Mm-hmm.
I'm never shitting my brains out violently. That usually comes from food poisoning or just not having enough fiber in my diet. Both things happen sometimes frequently, which goes back to a podcast episode where I tell you that Cracklin' Oat Bran is the best cereal ever because it fixes you and it makes you regular. It puts
turns you into a normal person.
Puts
again.
all the things back together that are supposed to be. But with a flu, I'm like, oh man, you know what I should get? I should get like maybe some cold medicine or like some Tylenol, maybe some tissues, some good old
some chicken noodle soup, maybe
some chicken noodle soup, some good old. Just give me those nice like lotion tissues, really soft. Because I'm gonna have a sensitive nose, I'm gonna be blowing it. Because I'm gonna have a runny nose. I'm gonna do things like that. I might get some tea to soothe a sore throat. Now that I have a teapot downstairs, I have options. The first thing I don't usually think though is,
let me buy $1,000 in toilet paper.
Right, exactly. And if I'm really gonna, not to mention, so living alone probably skews my view on a lot of this, technically, because you have people out here spending $1,500 in whatever in Hannaford, and being like, I need everything because the apocalypse is coming, and I'm like, it's not. Not that this isn't gonna like potentially have to quarantine myself and other people for 2 weeks. But like I always have roughly enough stuff in my house where 2 weeks I can survive. I don't know. Everybody's buying toilet paper. You want to know what you can usually still walk in the store and find? Soap. You want to know what you should all be using because you should have been taught this as a child? Soap. You want to know what you should do every time you leave the bathroom? Like a normal, functioning person of society? Wash your hands with hot water and soap.
Soap.
There's just so many things that like just bug me about the whole thing. I get it for a lot of reasons, but then there are common sense things that happen, and I'm like, I hate people. I hate you all.
Like, you get that gut reaction, and then it takes like 2 minutes of just like laying the pieces out, and then you're like, I don't need 50 rolls of toilet paper. I don't need to buy all the bottles of hand sanitizer. I'm a single person. Maybe I have a family of 4. An extra pack of toilet paper. Maybe 2 bottles of hand sanitizer.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing on the toilet paper thing. If you, as far as I'm concerned, if you are decently functioning household, you'd never. Now I have 2 bathrooms. Don't want to scream high living, but I have 2 bathrooms.
Whoa. Bougie over here.
I mostly use one of them,
Bougie.
not the other one. But you know what happens when I look in the closet and I see I have maybe 3 to 4 rolls left in the closet that aren't on the rolls next to the toilet? I go, I should probably order some more toilet paper. And you know what I do then? I order it. You know what I don't do? Wait until I'm sitting on the toilet and go, oh man, I'm out. Oh, there's no more in the house. What will I do? Just always be replenishing the things you're going to use. And also, you don't need toilet paper. Hate to tell you, people, bidets, you probably have showers. You have ways to not use it should a situation actually get that bad. If you want to be so like semi-disgusting but also efficient and will work, you could make a bidet, basically take a water bottle, puncture a hole through the cap, and squeeze, baby. Boom.
I wonder how many bidets are going to be sold in the U.S. in the following months. Like, if that's going to be like, we're going to see a surge in like...
Just Amazon.com bidet stock. Here we go.
Oh, you know, we should Google Trends bidet.
I'll do it right now while we're
curious.
talking. But speaking of... Actually, you do it.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell you what I've been doing.
Yeah, what have you been doing other than watching civilization crumble?
Oh, dude, I went to go get us dinner tonight. And I was like, all right. I know I'm not going to look for fresh meat or anything. I'm just going to go in and get what I can get. And I had gone to Price Choppers around me. So I went to a Price Chopper at lunch. And we were just grabbing our lunch. And I forgot that I needed to get food for us. So I went back afterwards. At lunch, my coworker and I walked in and we're like, what the hell are you people doing? When I got there after work, it sounded a lot more like, what the hell are you people doing? I just got excessively louder because it was worse. Oh, bidets are shooting right up to 100, man. They went from, what was that, a little over 20 to 100. Yeah, people are searching bidets. So, yeah, it's the whole... That just... it took me... That would be a normal for what I got. I got some cheese slices. I got some frozen burger patties. Which, by the way, there's still a lot of in the shelf.
Yeah.
Because once again, you want to know what you want to get other than canned food? Get yourself some freezer things.
Frozen food, man. Frozen burritos.
Frozen anything.
Man, frozen.
I could have walked out of there. You could do a lot for yourself with bars of chocolate. I don't know if you know this. But like if you were ever in a dire scenario and people have like bars of chocolate, they're actually not that terrible for you in a survival situation. So, good news, people. Guess what aisle I could pillage if I really wanted to? The entire candy aisle. Nobody's there. The entire chip aisle. Nobody's there. And everybody's like, I need my canned goods. I'm like, good option. You're not wrong. But you also know what you don't need? Everything else that's in your fucking cart, you psychopath. That normal trip would be like 5 minutes. It took me 10 to 15, probably 15 to get out of there. I watched a guy put a basket down in front of hot dog buns, or what looked like hot dog buns. It might have been hoagie rolls he was in front of, and was trying to geometrically fit however many things in the basket he could.
Wow,
and I was like, there's so much other bread on this shelf. The Martin rolls I got, which we love Martin rolls, or Martins.
Yeah.
Hamburger buns, whole shelf full of them. You want to know, they weren't on sale. So that just stops everybody, apparently. Also, get a bread maker. You want to know what probably wasn't missing off there and I didn't check? Flour.
Flour and yeast?
Make some bread. You could buy a jar of yeast. That thing will last you 25 years. Not really. I think there's an expiration date on it. But like, it takes a while to get through the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit of yeast goes a long way. Baking tip. You want to know what I don't do? Bake. Anyway, let's continue about gaming things because that's what we're here for. So, gaming-wise, played me some World of Warcraft. Todd's a bastard. Love him to death. Same thing. We're playing WoW. We're doing Mythics. Todd, once again, great WoW player. When he starts learning, it's when I get annoyed and scary. And scared. Sorry, I don't get scary. I get scared. Because when he starts learning and diving in again, he knows so much. And he starts like min-maxing. Well. And I'm like, oh, I don't like this. You're so good. It bugs me. But also, carry me, please. And so we were doing mythic stuff. And we're both pretty good at it. But I am not ready to take it to the let's push ourselves level.
Mm-hmm.
not there as a person, mostly as a character. Do not have the gear, but the problem is I need to do the
Not mentally prepared either.
I need to do the baby steps to get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go to get off one night, and he's like, "What if we did some arena?" And I'm like, "I hate PvP." He's like, "Just 2v2s, man. We'll just go in. We'll have fun. Who cares if we win or lose? We'll just fight some people. First person we see, we try to kill them. We move on." I'm like, "All right, fine." We go in. We win like the first 5 games. I'm like, "Uh-oh. You don't do this. You know what happens if I start winning things? I get addicted." Not addicted. Turns out I'm not addicted because I still don't like PvP. But they're quick, like not even less than 5, maybe 2 to 3 minutes for a match for us. So it's not really that bad. In, out, move on. That's one of the things I've been doing. Played more Division. I'm now level 38 or 39. I got to get to the max level to do the next story mission. So that's kind of on a hiatus.
Are you in the new DLC?
Yeah. I've been in the new DLC the whole time.
How's the story stuff so far?
Not terrible.
Okay.
The last thing I'm supposed to do apparently is go find Keener.
I thought about reinstalling it,
but
I'm just
I will
not
tell
sure if
you,
it's worth it.
Well, you got to also then spend $30 for this DLC pass or this DLC expansion, whatever.
Yeah, it's a part of the pass though.
No, it's $30.
It's $30.
Yeah, unless there's like certain versions you can buy and stuff to get around that, but $30. Then you go through killing like his lieutenants essentially, and while some of them have been kind of hard, it's kind of been like, oh yeah, this guy does his networking, ooh, and you go and you kill a networking guy, and they're like, all right, well he's dead. Go kill his assassin looking one. All right, go kill the assassin guy. I'm like, there's just, it's not as the recordings and stuff that you pick up are the story that you want, but like the characters themselves sometimes just aren't like the guts. Like they have really cool premises, but they just
not fleshed
don't
out.
mean it. Well, they don't mean anything in the mission. You're like, all right, it's kind of cool idea, but like,
it's just
I wish you were a little harder. Like I wish you got away, and I hope Keener gets away, and then they put them in the raid. Like I'm hoping I don't kill Keener.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Well, it would be.
I don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill him because it means it's over.
Yeah,
for me, he is supposed to be this antithesis of enemy, and if he's not there, then what am I doing?
Yeah,
but I digress. So that's been a thing. Have I done anything else? We started our new Football Manager season. That's that. We started it. We haven't played any game yet. We're debating canceling our Football Manager season for coronavirus.
Was it Premier League got canceled? Or
every sport is suspended, basically. Premier League, Euro Cup, Euro or European Championship, Champion League, like everything. F1's done. First 3 races anyway. I'll save you for that.
Yeah, it'll be
baseball is suspended. MLB is NBA is suspended. NHL is suspended. Everything got suspended. So I was like, man, what will I do? Oh wait, I pre-ordered the show. So today I started playing baseball. Go me. I have my sport tap. I got the addiction has come back. I bought the heroin from my dealer. And I am using a lot.
Heavily.
The most I can use. Whatever the max dosage is, plus 2. So it's been fun. I played 1 game, and I'm still like, yep. Once I get back to being used to the difficulty and kind of figuring out again, I'm like, I feel like I'll be all right. I just got to get there.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming will take me partway through tonight, and then hopefully I'll be fine.
Or you'll get really frustrated, quit, and then end up inevitably come back in like half a day.
Or I'll do the drop the difficulty and
Just
see if
if
it's actually that much easier on that lower difficulty and get used to it a little bit and then go back up. Because I feel like I should still be able to play on this difficulty, but
you just gotta get like the timing down.
Yeah,
and all that,
the timing and mostly the fielding and not trying to throw a fastball down the middle of the plate to Chris Bryant, who deposited it into like the 15th row in the left field. That can be a problem when you're trying to win a game. So yeah, it's been a time. Still reading the baseball book, though that maybe if I don't have to work, that'll be read more. But it's been a lot of. I come home, I play volleyball. I come home, I play games.
Would you volleyball up to 3 nights a week or 2?
I'm currently 3 nights a week, but that's probably about to drop to 1, and then we'll see if that even happens. Because I think because the schools are closed and 2 of the nights I play at schools, I assume that's not happening anymore.
That's a good point.
And the other night I played at a YMCA, so there's a solid chance that might not happen anymore. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe my summer season won't happen. Maybe that'll be put on hiatus. Maybe I will live only in this house. You never know. Amazon.com, be ready for some sales because I'm coming. But anyway, shall we move on to the new releases, Matt?
Sure. What is new this week?
Coronavirus. No. Every week, top seller, coronavirus. Just get yourself some limes, you'll be fine. So I didn't write this in, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Because I checked the doc Thursday night and went, oh shit, I forgot to create this. And then looked in the folder and went, Matt created the doc. Okay, perfect. I should update the list. And then obviously never did.
Yeah.
But Monster Viator, PlayStation 4.
All right. Now it's forever in my head as Monster Viagra.
All right. I definitely think they were missing an L for Violator, but yeah, sure, I agree. There are new Pro controllers, it looks like, that are dressed up like Animal Crossing. You got Nook and the guitar-playing dog on the top. Super Destronaut Land Wars for PlayStation 4. Jump Step for the PlayStation 4. My Hero 1's Justice 2 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Probably the biggest release of the week. Because technically the show is out, but it was pre-order bonus because I think it comes out next week officially.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest one, here we go. Ori and the Will of the Wisps for Xbox One and PC. Great game. Ori was a great game.
Never played it.
Oh, why is Matt on a gaming podcast?
I ask myself that sometimes.
Half Past Fate for Switch. Hidden Through Time for the PlayStation 4. Mecho Tales for Xbox One. Neon City Riders for PlayStation 4 and Switch. Bleeding Edge has a closed beta for Xbox One. Neo 2 is out today for the PlayStation 4. Ritual Crown of Horns for the Xbox One. Yoga Master for the Switch. So while you're sitting at home, you get some stretches in between those MLB The Show games. You're like, ooh, I gotta stretch this. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm ready for a home run. Boom. And that's how it works. And those are the games.
That's it.
So before we go into the news,
yeah,
I want to go back to the joke of why you're on this podcast.
Yeah.
Not the joke being you're on the podcast. The joke.
I get it. I'm the joke. It's cool.
the joke of like you not playing anything. We were having a conversation the other day at work. It was me and 2 of the guys I support, and we're talking about just games and stuff. And they're how one of them was playing through Detroit right now, and one of them, even though I know he got a free copy of Red Dead 2, decided to download Fallout 76 instead. Yeah, no, I
that's like worse than not playing games.
He has a Fallout addiction, and we all know it, but we all razz him for it. And so I knew he's like, oh yeah, one of the other coworkers dropped off this Red Dead thing. He said it was too slow for him, and I was like, I'll explain all of that so you don't stop. I'm like, this part's gonna get real slow for a while, then this. Get there, then decide whether or not you want to continue. But so I knew he had that, and then he comes in the next day. He's like, yeah, so I downloaded Fallout 76, and I was like, wait, no. This isn't the conversation we had. You should have been doing this. And so then we were sitting there talking about games and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, wait, do you play this game? Do you play this game? And I'm like, yep, I've played that. They're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know, man.
So are you realizing that I'm normal and you're the weird one? Is it finally happening?
I'd like to say sure, but it's also not a realization if I've known it. I'm aware that I have a problem.
I wouldn't say it's a problem.
No, because I don't. I still do social things.
You just allocate your resources differently.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't put my eggs
Everywhere.
in one basket. I try to fill as many baskets as I can. Spread the love around.
I heard that about you.
Plant my seed. Okay. All right. Well, you beat me to the joke before I could say it. Oh man, those rumors back in the day, huh? You don't have to deal with those anymore. Neither do I.
That's true.
Yeah. So news. You watch? I guess we start with it. This entire podcast. This podcast title, by the way, is "Coronavirus Canceled Everything?" ?
That's true.
This literally is that's the title.
Last week too. I'm pretty sure it was coronavirus canceling everything.
Yeah, but
so
we
it's
didn't.
just a continuation.
No, last week Dewey was here. We didn't talk about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We might have had a topic about it. We had the talk. We definitely had the conversation about if they would cancel E3, and lo and behold, our first news story.
Yes, because last week they canceled GDC. That was the one.
Well, they technically canceled the week before, but we weren't recording.
Yeah.
I was in Boston trying to catch.
So this is a very depressing episode, but
play whatever song you can on the world's smallest violin.
Okay.
Or taps, if you know how to play taps.
E3 is the latest major event to be canceled in the wake of the new coronavirus. At this point, it's not really new. It's just, COVID-19, our good old pal. Ars Technica and Bloomberg were the first to report that the Entertainment Software Association, which puts on the annual video game trade show, would announce the cancellation. The ESA later confirmed the news in a statement on its site that, insert your normal PR mumbo jumbo, and that's what it said. That's it. Dead. E3's dead. Does it come back from this? I think not.
I don't know if whistling comes through well on a podcast. I imagine it doesn't, but I would whistle taps. I would also imagine it doesn't. I would assume people... All right, so we're in March, right? When it gets canceled, that still leaves April, May, and then the second week in June usually. Second/third week in June. It's usually second to third weekend, and then that 20th week or whatever, or the 15th to the you know what I mean. So I would imagine that everybody, in terms of the large press conference people, I'm not going to talk about the indie impact and what this means for like press people during the week or anything. I'm only going to discuss the press conferences. While they aren't E3 or ESA related, that's what is the biggest impact for you and I. I imagine everybody looking at the press conferences that had them, EA, blah, blah, blah. There was talk that THQ Nordic was maybe going to do a press conference, that Warner Brothers was going to do a press conference to discuss the Harry Potter, Rocksteady, new Batman game, stuff like that. And they're like, oh, what do we do? And I'm just like, go talk to Nintendo. Nintendo does things called directs, and they don't show up to E3. They put a video out. Hint, hint. So I can still see them doing all their press conferences, but it's just that they have to make this pivot off of their original plan to go, all right, we bring all of it here. They're like, wait, no, what if we all now have to just do it in a local studio and make a very nice VOD to distribute for people? 100% could see that happening. And then when and if that does happen, welcome to the future of E3. The convention itself, the days after the press conferences, might come back to exist, but the press conferences themselves might become full digital VODs like that.
Yep.
100% possible. And in terms of the press conferences, things like that for himself, doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Also makes it nicer because I don't have to listen to people not knowing how to shut up during Bethesda.
Speaking of
I think
all of those things,
I think it was Bethesda, right? Specifically the Woo guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of what everything Nate just said, we should probably move into the 2 and 3 because they are basically what he just said, as he does per tradition. Foreshadow what is to come.
Is it foreshadowing? Is that how foreshadowing works? I just know the future. I don't think it's foreshadowing when usually it's me interrupting as I'm reading and going, man, can you believe this?
I mean,
foreshadowing would imply that I knew what was coming.
Sometimes it's more subtle than, other times.
Fair enough.
So we'll say foreshadowing just for, poetic license and creating your grandiose image.
I already have a pretty grandiose image, if you know what I mean. I'm a large boy. Number 2, here's a
Never mind.
Don't push it. Here's Max just looking at things. Freaked me out for a second. Here's a list of a bunch of other stuff recently canceled due to COVID-19. That being said, I now need to burden all of you with this. Every time you see or hear COVID-19, think of it to the tune of Come On Eileen.
Oh yeah, we were singing it at work all day.
Yeah.
We would like anytime someone sneezed or coughed or something, we'd be like, COVID-19. Like,
Also, don't watch that music video. It's really weird. The Overwatch League is going on hiatus amid the novel corona. Is it novel or novel? Do we know?
I've been saying novel.
All right, novel coronavirus.
All right, so let me preface this because it's going to happen a lot in this.
All right.
It's novel coronavirus, and COVID-19 all mean the same thing. In case you're curious, people, and they're used interchangeably for.
Well, let's say this. They all mean the same thing in the context of this podcast.
Yes.
I don't need the write-in from the doctors.
Yeah,
to tell me that I'm wrong because
I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, and I'm going to feel belittled in every sense of it. I don't want that.
No one wants that,
especially for me. You don't want me to feel belittled. I get I'm a angry cat. I get backed into a corner. I just start pissing myself. It's not good.
Jesus.
Today, Blizzard announced that the league was canceling all events scheduled for March and April. The league says it's still working on determining when and where those games will be made up in the future. The Call of Duty League has canceled all its scheduled live events. Instead, the same events will be played online only and will be broadcast live with dates to be announced. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts today announced that the BAFTA Game Awards are going digital in response to the novel corona. You know what? To the coronavirus. I'm not using that word anymore. The event will take place April 2nd, but there will be no live audience in attendance. The game, what is it? A Devolver panel?
Basically, no, that'd be cool.
I wish they would just double down on that. The Game Developers Conference, or GDC, will live stream a number of talks originally planned to take place at its now canceled convention next week on Twitch. Microsoft is streaming its GDC keynotes, including one specifically about the Xbox Series X and Project xCloud on March 18th. I told you people this event would happen. Not the GDC one, specifically Series X and xCloud. I told you they would have this. And those of you that doubted me are wrong. Which I don't think is any of you, to be fair. But HTC has announced it is switching its upcoming developer conference to virtual reality in order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
So it begins. We now all live in VR and AR.
Ready Player One, brought to you by coronavirus. Minecraft developer Mojang announced it will cancel Minecraft Festival, which makes me sad that was even a thing. Electronic Arts revealed it was postponing or canceling a number of Apex Legends and FIFA 20 esports events, including the Apex Legends Global Series, which was scheduled to take place over the weekend. So, all sports are gone. Esports will now take place not locally, but online. And something next week on the coronavirus.
What are we going to do without sports to distract us?
I'm trying to think of like the Dragon Ball Z / kid cartoon exit for that. Like, will the coronavirus ever be stopped?
That's like
Tune in.
The Batman show.
Same bad time, same bad channel. Yeah, the everything stopped. There were professional sports teams, a lot of professional sports players that are like, all right, well, I got nothing else to do for the next 4 weeks. You guys want to see me stream? Or doing stuff that.
The F1 drivers said that. They're like, since we can't race, you guys want to start an online league?
Yeah, they're like, you want to start an online championship? And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. The Phoenix Suns players are like, all right, we're going to finish playing out our season in NBA 2K. So they're doing that. Baseball players are like, all right, I need the show, and I'm going to just be streaming other games. It's like the whole thing is funny in a way that they're like, all right, well, if you're not going to do it, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah. This is going to turn out to be like some kick in the pants to like the video game like community and culture. It's just going to like make it implode, or not implode, explode.
Yeah. Again.
Become like a thing, yeah.
Yeah, a thing again. oh, it's not a thing. No, it's been a thing for a while. Oh, I don't believe it. I mean, Drake only did it the one time. You're like, oh, you idiots. You don't understand.
All is not lost as far as E3 is concerned.
Debatable.
Several companies have announced they are doing digital showcases to replace their E3 presentations. Thankfully, publisher, Devolver Digital was one of the first to tweet about E3's cancellation on Tuesday night. The week of E3 has always been a big part of what we do and are genuinely bummed about the cancellation of the event itself. Lots to juggle, but right now we plan on having a live stream, Devolver Direct, press conference, and possibly more.
I can't wait to see what this
Continuation of the arc.
The continuation of the arc after Terminator into coronavirus.
Oh my god. That's probably like, there's a lot to juggle. Guys, we got to change everything.
Yeah, there's a lot to juggle. There's actually a disease we can run a story with. What do we do?
It's too much. It's too easy.
It's writing itself.
Microsoft Xbox bossed it. Boss Phil Spencer tweeted on Wednesday that Microsoft will hold. Oh my god,
Matt's gone.
Sometimes I just want to rip my tongue out and beat myself to death with it.
That is, how long is your tongue?
I guess they're pretty long, aren't they? Like your whole tongue. I think it's like pretty long.
If we're talking like you strip away what's connecting it and just kind of
take the whole thing out, beat myself to death with it. Anyways, Microsoft will hold,
somebody draw that.
will hold, quote, an Xbox digital event, end quote, to showcase the next generation of gaming. Details regarding the digital showcase will be announced in the coming weeks, according to Phil.
Good guy, Phil.
Good guy. Nintendo said, quote, we'll continue to be flexible and redirect our effort to other ways of keeping our fans up to date about our activities and products. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, large industry events may be unattainable for the foreseeable future. But we are considering various ways to engage with our fans, and we'll have more to share as the year continues.
Appreciate you for coming to PAX.
They're like the only ones. Like, I love how like their statement is very ambiguous sounding. Like, motherfuckers,
Yeah, kind of.
You do a direct every year. We know you do a direct every year. You do directs multiple times a year.
But I'm sure they still had a presence on the floor itself, and that's what they're really more talking about. But
I guess. But
this was supposed to be Doug Bowser's time.
Ubisoft released
Reggie's final plan as he left.
I know, right? Ubisoft released its own statement on Twitter saying it fully supports the ESA's decision to cancel E3 and it is, quote, exploring other options for a digital experience that will allow us to share all the exciting news we have planned. And
Tune into the stream on Uplay. Why is nobody watching?
Square Enix is in the same boat, basically saying that they support the decision and are exploring other options. And that's basically what everyone has been saying.
Wait till we show you the trailer for Episode 2 of Final Fantasy VII, coming out 6 years from now.
We'll give you the next 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah, long story short, E3, as we know it, is dead. And it is now the year of the Direct.
I do hope they still, if they still do directs, they all still kind of push them right in there. So you and I can both go, all right, it's Saturday, Sunday. COVID-19 is not stopping me from hanging out with Matt and watching these. To the freezer aisle.
That'd be nice. I feel like...
I feel like it's not going to happen, but...
Because everyone would want to be like, I want my own week to myself.
And I'm going to be like, I don't care, but I'm going to make a podcast about it anyway. Don't watch my hands. Don't watch my hands while I do this. It's all about the violent hip thrusts. Number 4. Niantic has introduced a number of temporary changes to location-based mobile title Pokemon Go. They also did changes to Harry Potter Wizards Unite, but nobody talks about that.
No one cares about that.
I don't know if they really changed anything in that. I know they canceled the community day for it, so which I know I'm going to talk about in 2 seconds. In an attempt to discourage behaviors that may enhance the spread of COVID-19. The developer has postponed its March Community Day event indefinitely, which is weird because if you don't put it in a day in March, do we have the March Community Day event in April? I don't know how that
say
works.
It's canceled. You know
That,
what I mean?
that
And
probably
then-
because they want to be optimistic it's not. Additionally, Niantic has decreased distances to hatch Pokemon eggs. It is offering more rewards from Pokestops and is increasing Pokemon spawn rates. It's weird that they're off. Sorry, this isn't part of the doc. This is just my immediate opinion. It's weird you're offering more rewards from Pokestops, which require me to go to Pokestops, which means people will be there. So that part seems questionable, but I understand everything else you did.
I feel like they're trying to get people to move around less. So they're just like, go to a Pokestop and stay at that Pokestop.
Yeah, don't go to all of them. Just go to this one. Luckily, I have 2 near me that nobody ever uses. All effectively allowing players to continue playing and gain increased in-game rewards despite traveling shorter distances and avoiding populated areas. Like I just said. The in-game store is also offering a one-time purchase bundle of 30 incense, which is an item that spawns Pokemon at the player's location even if they aren't moving, for 1 Pokecoin. Single Pokecoins can be obtained in-game for free by leaving a Pokemon in a gym location for a short period of time. It is interesting.
It is.
Because the first thing I was worried about was what'll I do with my Pokemon Go? Do you have anything in here about Discord?
Fuck. I knew I forgot something.
Okay, I'll do it right now then.
You can. Go ahead.
In terms of like people doing things like the Niantic doing this, Discord also went. We understand a bunch of you are working from home, so now we're going to up the stream quality for collaboration. If you guys are students and need to all work together or whatever, now it's not just 10 people can watch your streams without the money. It is up to 50 for the time being. So it's like, okay, you guys are helping out, doing things for people.
There was another organization that's similar to Discord that did a similar thing, but Discord's the bigger of the two, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are like, oh, yeah, we see this happening. Here's your little bonus. Here we go. Let's ride it out together.
It's a good marketing ploy.
Yeah.
If you get them to use the service, they like it, and then they're like, we'll pay for this when all said and
I
done.
see what you're doing. Discord-wise moves. Twirl a mustache, twirl a mustache.
A prototype of the Nintendo PlayStation, a console that never came to market, fetched $360,000.
Hey, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't, but
You guys did.
Dewey and I did.
At an auction over the weekend,
How much again?
$360,000.
Oh, boy, that's a lot of money.
Greg McLemore, founder of Pets.com and Toys.com, had the winning bid, beating out other collectors, including Palmer Luckey, founder of Oculus VR. The console is one of only 200 prototypes created from a failed 1991 partnership between Sony and Nintendo. Forbes describes the unit as basically a Super NES with a CD-ROM drive. Valerie McLecky of Heritage Auctions, where the console was offered, tells CNN it's believed the other 199 prototypes were destroyed when the Sony-Nintendo deal fell through. McLemore says the console was the single most expensive thing I've ever bought outside of a house, adding, it was worth it, especially when combined with the rest of my collection. That collection includes more than 800 coin-operated machines, as well as smaller games, magazines, and art, which McLemore wants to use to create a permanent museum, according to Forbes.
Cool use.
Yeah.
That also just might be Macklemore. Just saying.
Maybe.
Don't know. I don't
Could
know.
be.
I have no idea, but it might be.
I'm terrible at pronouncing people's names.
That's fair. And I didn't look up, so. But yeah, 300. Ooh.
That's a lot of cheddar.
A lot of cheddar for a failed system.
Yeah.
But hey, people pay money for the Mona Lisa. Number 6. Reggie Fils-Aimé stepped down as Nintendo of America president in February 2019, set on retiring and relaxing after more than a decade in the role. That relaxation period has come to an end, however, with Fils-Aimé set to join GameStop's board of directors at a time when the gaming retail chain could use some much-needed guidance. GameStop has undergone big changes as its quarterly revenue and stock continue to deteriorate. Fils-Aimé will hopefully help GameStop figure out its next steps as it tries to remain relevant and successful in an increasingly digital world. Reggie tweeted, quote, "The gaming industry needs a healthy and vibrant GameStop. I look forward to being a part of GameStop's board and helping to make this happen." End quote. Fils-Aimé joins the board with two others, William Simon and James Szymanczyk? James, I'm sorry. Simon was the former CEO of Walmart, and the other guy is the current CEO and president of PetSmart. So we have two pet stores battling it out back to back. Both Simon and James will start. Simon and James will start immediately, while Fils-Aimé is set to join on 4/20. Blaze it. Interesting move, but hopefully he turns it around. We had this conversation in our group text, and I said they need to do something to fundamentally change, I think, to survive. Whatever that turns out to be, I don't know. I'm not Reggie. But I think it needs to be a big...
Yeah. I mean, the obvious choice is... So right now, there's not a chain store that caters to, like, board games and like, that niche. It's all mom and pop shops, I believe. I feel like that's the direction they'd have to go, is to...
In terms of country-wide... readily available even in smaller area chain stores, yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's the direction they'd have to go, but like how do you, well, we could probably talk about this forever, but like their brand GameStop kind of limits them a little bit.
Not really, because they are still considered games, right?
Yeah.
The kick there is that they've already moved half their stuff out for ThinkGeek merch when they partnered with them.
Mm-hmm.
So now do you take ThinkGeek and leave that as it is, and then split the other half of your tiny stores to board and video? You're like, you gotta play a really careful game when you start doing that. But that's what I do. That's once again.
Yes,
I don't know.
Mean, if they're not, I mean, are they making money off of used games still? Like that's the thing. Like
I have
who knows?
no idea.
Like, I feel like they're probably not. So like, why not just sell new games, get rid of used games? I don't know. Whatever. We'll fucking find out. Reggie will figure it out.
We believe, Reggie. We believe.
Nintendo and LEGO are teaming up to reveal Super Mario themed sets that combine the traditional building blocks with digital technology, creating a new type of interactive playset somewhere between a regular LEGO and the iconic video games. While themed sets are extremely common at LEGO, the new Super Mario sets take things a step further by trying to replicate the platform video games in physical form. Described as, quote, neither a video game nor a traditional LEGO brick-based set, end quote, the new Mario line will let fans build Mario courses out of LEGO, including LEGO Goombas, Piranha Plants, and Koopas. They can then play through them using a special LEGO Mario minifig that features LED displays and what appears to be a near-field communication style technology to interact with special bricks to collect coins and progress through the level. The LEGO Super Mario sets are due to launch later this year, although details on what the actual sets will be, how much they'll cost, and when they'll be released has yet to be announced.
I appreciate you actually saying near-field communication and not NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, there's a lot of people that don't know what NFC means. So I was like, he went for it. All right.
I think when it became like a thing, when it first became a thing, I like read a lot about it, and like it's just never
gone back.
Never gone back. So like that's what I know it as. So
did you see first off, didn't we already have a Lego game?
Yeah.
Dimensions?
Yeah, Lego Dimensions. That's what it was called. I want to say
failed?
Lego Masters, obviously, but that's not
That's a TV show.
Yeah.
That's a game show, TV game show.
It did fail, but I
feel like the audience was there for it, but also I think
expensive.
I think one, it was too expensive, and I think two, as much as it was Legos, it was video games were the key, not the other way around. Legos weren't the key. So you had a lot of people that were like, "Oh, cool." It was too small of a cross section.
Mm-hmm.
I also think them partnering specifically with Nintendo is better than doing just their own large group of things. Also, speaking of Nintendo partnering with things, did you see the Mario clothesline? Because we had Mario Day. I don't know if you were aware, Matt, but we had Mario Day.
I guess, the March 10th or whatever.
Yeah, March 10th.
I did in passing, but I didn't look too deep into
They
it.
have like overalls and everything.
That was the overall. The overalls is what I saw.
It's a week of dates because you got Mario Day, which whatever. You have today is Friday the 13th.
Yep.
And tomorrow's Pie Day.
Oh yeah.
And I need some pie. So I'm going to have to go fight some old woman in a grocery store for a pie. And I will do it. I will knock her teeth onto the floor. Give me that apple pie, woman.
I mean, an old lady would probably be baking her own apple pie, so.
Yeah, and I'm going to steal it from her windowsill.
Ah, there you go. You heard it here first,
I'm going to be that 1930s reference.
The old pie on the windowsill.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that. Uh-oh.
Do you not remember the Black Dynamite? You got him with the old pie in the windowsill trick. When what's his name comes back to recruit him again?
Yeah.
He saved my ass back in Nam. The old pie in the windowsill trick. So good. Now Matt's gonna lose it. All right. Well, let me get back on track here. Can you not cough in the house? There you go, into your arm. Now you're you can't vomiting. What is happening?
Basically.
Number 8. Madden is gonna get some competition today. Publisher 2K. Not today. This
Not
week.
today.
I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna Control F every time you write today and make you fix it. Today, this week, publisher 2K and the NFL announced a new multi-year, multi-game partnership for new football titles. No specific titles were mentioned, and it's not clear which 2K studio will be handling the franchise, but the publisher says that its first NFL game will be out in 2021. The projects are described as being in early development. It's also funny that there was a slight caveat on this, and you don't have it in here.
I do not.
It is non-simulation football games, I believe, was their true partnership. So they're like, you can't rival Madden.
So
Like,
it's like
we're
it's going to be arcadey.
Yeah. So we're considering Madden to be the closest simulation thing. So you can do NFL Street if you want, but you can't do. I would assume that would be kind of where they're leaning.
Interesting.
Because I believe it was non-simulation style games.
Yeah, I cared so little that I didn't look into it.
Well,
at all.
okay then. All right.
I'm just saying. That's the thing. That's what you get for letting me do the doc. Is it's all skewed towards my preferences.
You guys want to hear about F1 again and Coda?
I left out the F1 story. There was an F1 story. They signed a deal to do.
Nope.
All right.
Well, we can talk about that after. The big news for the F1 story was that we canceled the first 3 races of the season.
Okay. All right.
And Vietnam gets screwed over once again.
All right. We're getting simulator games. That was the
Oh, F1 simulator?
yeah. They signed a deal where they're.
Is that not just F1 2020?
They're going to do up to 4 F1 simulation games. So F1 manager type thing.
There's already a motorsport whatever.
I don't know, bro. I'm just telling you.
All right.
right.
Okay.
The next story, I'm going to skip.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's been confirmed Horizon Zero Dawn's coming to the PC. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Number 10.
That was the entire story, and you're just like, we're not doing it?
Yeah, because it was all a bunch of shit about it's not that important. It's just fluff. It's just fluff. Just fluff. Not even a date. There's not even a date.
This whole podcast is fluff.
Fluffing.
Fluffer.
Activision Blizzard has named former Google president of global retail and shopping, Daniel Algebra. Daniel Algray.
Allegre?
Allegre.
Remember, did you ever see Hitch? Allegre Cole? So
Daniel Allegre as its new president and COO. Beginning April 7th, Allegre will replace
there's not 4 E's with accents over all of them.
Allegre will replace current president and COO Cody Johnson, who will remain with Activision Blizzard as a special advisor to the CEO. Additionally, Blizzard writer Michael Chu. Is it Chu? I'm assuming it's Chu.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
what else? What else would that be?
I don't know, bro. I'm questioning everything. Blizzard writer Michael Chu announced his departure from the company after a total of 20 years. Chu began as a quality assurance analyst in November of 2000, and after leaving for a designer role at Obsidian Entertainment in 2004, returned in 2005 as a senior game designer for World of Warcraft and Diablo 3. He most recently worked as the lead writer on both Overwatch and its upcoming sequel, Overwatch 2. Yeah.
Rumors. Sony is backing a reboot of the Silent Hill series. Sources are saying the original game director and
That's one person.
writer/composer for most of the franchise, and the original creature designer are all returned.
Director and writer are one person. The composer is another person.
All right. So the original game director and writer, and the composer for most of the franchise, and the original creature designer are all returning. Interesting.
It's a rumor. I don't know.
You Silent Hills person?
No.
You ever watch the movies?
Yeah. I like the part where the Pyramid Head guy rips the chick's skin off and throws it at the door.
Yes. There's that part, and then the other part I remember isn't that same chick then being like levitated above some crazy pit with barbed wire flying all over the place
so.
through her?
Yeah. I think it might be like same scene almost.
Yeah, or like right after it, I
Yeah.
think. He's like, you don't need skin because barbed wire, and then throws her into that. I don't know.
The girlfriend I had at the time, for whatever reason, I was
Loved
with
it?
her, and I was with a friend of ours, Appleby, I believe, and we were watching Silent Hill, and she fell asleep on my shoulder in the movie theater, and she woke up right at that point and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into.
Oh.
She was,
I mean, that's fine, because if you told me that she was like, we need to watch this, and then kept watching it, I'd be like, well, it's a good thing you're not together anymore.
she's a weird one. Well, we got some stories.
Let's narrow it down. No more rumors. A new Witcher game will begin development immediately after Cyberpunk 2077 is released, set in the Witcher universe, but not Witcher 4. Gwent 2. Gwent harder. Y'all want to play Gwent?
I put some Gwent in your Gwent.
There's nothing better than going back to that same conversation with my coworkers about video games, and I think one of them was partway through playing Witcher, and the other one maybe had started or something. And I was like one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to go talk to a baron and deal with his bastard son, and then right after however you solve it, you can just look at him and no matter what and go, "Want to play Gwent?"
You don't play Gwent?
Yeah. Warner Bros. Interactive is rumored to be revealing a new Batman project, which they've been rumored forever, and we've talked about it for months on end, called Court of Owls, or something to do with the Court of Owls, as well as a Harry Potter game, which we've also talked about before, probably about a year and a half ago at this point, in May, which would have been June if there was an E3, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested about the Harry Potter one just to see like what people will think about it. I remember like the PS2 one and playing it. I think at my buddy's house.
If it's as good as that early video presented,
right?
I'm really looking forward to giving it to Samantha and watching her like go into a game.
Yeah, like ooh, let's see how this goes. And I'm also down for more Batman.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but I get the allure of it. I don't know, bro. Like, if I don't get on a bandwagon in the beginning, I'm really reluctant.
This is supposed to be like a new beginning.
Okay.
So you can get on it now.
Okay. I'll consider it.
You can join this bandwagon.
I'll take it under advisement.
That means he's not going to look at it.
No, I will. I will.
I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we're done. I think we're healthy.
I don't know. I almost died 2 seconds ago, so
That's right.
that happens every week. Though.
Yeah, I know. When they're like, "Oh, do you feel general unwellness?" I was like, "Every morning when I wake up, does that count?" Like, I hate mornings.
General. I'm surprised they don't have like the infrared scanners for you guys.
If they did, I'd never open my eyes for them. I'd just be like, "Oh, yeah." Are you not talking about like to get into it? Like
I'm talking about the heat ones.
Oh, the heat ones for forehead stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'll say that. I thought you meant like a retina scanner, and I was like, I wouldn't be able to get into the building in the morning. I'd just be like, like having a 2-finger pull my eyelid open and like, just let me in. It's the best part when I walk into the office in the morning. My boss looks at me and she's like, morning. And I'm just like, yeah, hey, morning. She's like, you hate mornings, don't you? And I was like, 100%. I was like, if something's broken right now, I don't want to hear about it. Wait till 10 o'clock. Like, tell me at 10. If I couldn't sleep during the night and I woke up at like 4 or something, by the time I get to work, I'm great. Because my morning was at 4 o'clock. I spent that time getting angry.
Gotta get coffee.
No, never. Nope.
I mean, tea. Take some tea.
I don't need that either.
Earl Grey.
Nope, don't need it. It's better than coffee, but I don't need it.
Doesn't need it, folks. But he's not awake in the morning.
No, it's not that I'm not awake. Even if I did that, I'd still be angry I was awake. Because I could do an energy drink, same thing. It's not my lack of energy.
All right. How about some therapy? Okay. How about some therapy?
The amount that therapist would get paid would be immense. Let's end this podcast and not discuss therapy. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe. Bye.